So, I could actually come down here at 3 a.m. this morning to just film this all in my head as per usual. Alright, so in regard of if darkness had a sun, here I am. If darkness had a sun, here I am. If darkness had temptation, temptation. This all in my head. If darkness had a sun, here I am. Good in the book of sincerity. Good in the book of sincerity. Good in the book of sincerity. I've changed the lyrics. So this is the deal. I've heard the song I heard the song 4 times. I might have heard the song 5 times out of mere curiosity. Metallica are done, dusted, finished, concluded, no more. History, that's it, finished, overdone. They were at St. Anger. But we don't see these things until we look back in retrospect. And because Death Magnetic was terrible, hardwired, waste of time, and Kirk is intolerable, Lars is intolerable, Rob, no, and James is about the only good link in the chain, in a sense. They're irrelevant. Metallica are irrelevant. This new album, 72 Seasons, is irrelevant. Luxy Turner, I heard it twice. I think may have heard it 3 times. Barely remember it. Screaming Suicide. I heard it twice. Never wanted to hear it again. And if darkness had a sun, mildly, some parts of it are mildly interesting. The song's a bit of a bad smell. Kirk's solos are extremely lazy. He's extremely lazy because Bob Rock's not there to push him anymore, to challenge him anymore. And he doesn't want to be challenged, he just wants to... And, so, Metallica have now concluded as a unit. They're irrelevant. It's no more. It's finished. It was done and dusted. Saint Anger, their best album. And I would go to Kill 'Em All. Kill 'Em All's great. Ride Lightning is interesting. I never go to Master of Puppets anymore. I do not like that album. Yeah, Injustice, interesting, and Lulu was terrific. I didn't hear Saint Anger for 20 years. For 20 years, I didn't hear Saint Anger because I bought Saint Anger when it came out, heard it 3 times, didn't connect to it, didn't like it, disconnected from it completely. Jason had left. Still was obsessed with Guns N' Roses at the time. My obsession with Guns N' Roses, and then eventually my with Motley Crue as well, and then so this and the Load and Reload albums, they were interesting when they came out, part of popular culture, and then it made a complete disconnection from Metallica altogether, because I had my obsession with Guns N' Roses for a very, very long time, many years, until I disconnected from that. 2 years ago, or 1 year ago, decided to go back to Saint Anger because it had developed such a reputation online. Saint Anger, everyone hated it, everyone seemed to greatly dislike this album, and so what I did was I thought, I'm going to go back to it because I just want to verify that I don't have any reason to like Saint Anger, so I just want to go back to verify that I do not like the album. Just to verify, I don't have any reason to like it. Remember the title track, that's all. Excited to revisit. I went back, I revisited Saint Anger, loved every moment of it. Totally engaging in every way, captivating in every way. Saint Anger is a incredible album, and I listen to it semi-regularly. Saint Anger, what a fantastic album. That's it. That's the conclusion. I tried Death Magnetic. I even went back to it a few months ago now. I went back and had listened to Death Magnetic. There's nothing there. It's awful. It's awful. It's fucking awful. Anyway, they've concluded. They're irrelevant. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. This is done. It's finished. Done and dusted. Now, what I did do was, and I don't want to hear the new songs. There's no reason to hear the new songs. I don't want them in my head. 72 Seasons was just released the other week. The title track. I'm not interested. I thought, okay, am I going to bother to listen to this? Do I want this song in my head? Is it relevant? No, it's not relevant. It's totally irrelevant. Metallica are irrelevant. They were irrelevant, been irrelevant for a very long time. And the album cover was fucking awful. Black and yellow. No. Now, if darkness, I've heard if darkness had a sun. I actually heard it 4 times, and there was a little bit in there which for some reason has stayed with me a bit. If darkness had a sun, here I am. If darkness had, and I thought, what if I rearrange the lyrics? What if I make up my own lyrics? If darkness had a sun, here I am. Temptation, temptation. Sounds like some sort of London new metal thing. Temptation, temptation. I'm gonna turn this light off. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna turn this light off. Oh yeah. If darkness had a sun, here I am. If darkness had a sun, here I am. If darkness had a sun, here. Good in the book of sincerity. Good in the book of sincerity. As we go out through the door, we see the fire and the landscape as the ghost comes along, who speaks about my life, speaks about my life. As the ghost comes along from the good in the book of sincerity. If darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation, temptation. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation. Oh, sincerity, sincerity in the book of good, in the book of good, from the book, the good in the book of sincerity, sincerity. There's a fight off the demons that are in my life. Fight off the demons that are in my life. And I come through the door after I see the lightning. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, after I see the lightning through the picture in the frame, through the picture in the frame, through the picture in the frame. Good in the book of sincerity. Temptation, temptation, temptation. If darkness has a sun, if darkness has a sun, temptation, temptation. If darkness has a sun, if darkness has a sun, temptation, temptation, temptation. Good in the book of sincerity, as I see it goes. Good in the book of sincerity, as I see it goes. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation. Good in the book of sincerity, good in the book of sincerity. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation, temptation. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, good in the book of sincerity, good in the book of sincerity. As the lightning strikes, as the lightning strikes, as the lightning strikes. I saw the ghost spoke to me through the portrait in the house. Temptation, temptation, temptation. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, there I be. If darkness had a sun, I be there. If darkness had temptation, temptation. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation. Good in the book of sincerity, good in the book of sincerity. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation. Okay, I'm exhausted. This is the slicing. This is the slicing. So I got upstairs, realised I didn't do a solo. And I didn't mention the Black Album. I forgot to mention the Black Album. And when the Black Album came out, it was a very interesting album. To this day, I don't listen to it very often. And at the time, I was totally engaged and obsessed by the Use Your Illusion albums. And so if darkness had a sun, here I am. If darkness had a sun, here I am. Temptation, 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 temptation. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, oh, if darkness had a sun, oh, if darkness had a sun, oh, if darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, 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 temptation. If darkness had a sun, 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 temptation, temptation. Oh, Kirkstone. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation. I can't like this in. I'm exhausted. Oh, James Neville. Temptation. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, the roses at the gate, the roses at the gate, the roses at the gate, the roses at the gate. If darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation. Temptation, if darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, goodness gracious, Sandy, God, if darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, temptation, temptation. Temptation, oh yeah, darkness had a sun, oh yeah, if darkness had a sun, if darkness had a sun, I am temptation, temptation.